Now let me give you an example of finding equation of line when 2 points are given. So find the equation of line passing 3, 2, and 5, negative 3. Let's try this. And the critical ingredient for solving this is our point slope form. Y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. Very handy. When you try to find the equation of lines, you have to remember this formula. This is much easier to use than the slope-intercept form. So you have to get used to using this. Okay. Here, m is the slope and x1 comma y1 is a point on the line. So when you're given 2 points, actually you can use either one of the two. I would use this because it doesn't have negatives. Negatives throw me off, so I like to use 3 comma 2. Okay. But sometimes you might have negatives in both, and you have to choose one. Right? And it turns out that the answer actually at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which one you pick. Even if you pick this one and you wrote an equation, if you change that into slope-intercept form, it'll be the same exact equation had you chosen 3 comma 2. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So it's just any one of the points. This is any one of the points. But what about the slope? For the slope, I don't know what it is. We have to figure out. So how do you find the slope? Well, slope, we know that it's change of y over change of x. And you went from this to this. So we will denote this as your initial, and that's your final or terminal. So you start from here and you went there. What's the slope? That's the question. Well, whenever you find the quantity of change of anything, you always subtract the final value minus the initial value. So let's think about this. You had $1,000 in bank. 1 week later, you only have $100. What's your change? No, $1,000 to 100.
Oh, 900.
Is it positive 900 or negative 900? It's negative 900. Do you do 1,000 minus 100, or do you do 100 minus 1,000? You do 100 minus 1,000 because that's your final value, and this is your beginning value, right? Okay? Yeah. So it would have been nice if you were up by 900, but if you had 1,000 and you ended with 100, that means you lost 900, not you won 900, okay? You gain. It's not you gained 900, you lost 900, so this is the correct value. In other words, when you calculate change of any quantity, you have to do terminal minus initial. Okay, repeat after me. Terminal minus initial. No, not initial minus terminal. Somebody said initial minus terminal. Terminal minus initial. Okay, you have to do terminal minus initial to correctly figure out change of any quantity, all right? So we're going to do negative 3, which is the terminal value for y, minus 2, which is the initial value, divided by x. The terminal value is 5. What's the initial value? 3. You subtract. And what's that? That's negative 5 divided by 2. It's negative 5 over 2. All right? That's the slope. Okay. So we're almost done. We found the slope. We know what point to plug in. Now what remains is just plug them in. Okay? So remember, this is x, that's y, x1, y1, we plug it in here. So y minus y1, fetch this number here, put that here. M, we know it's negative 5 over 2. And then x minus 3. Okay? So that is the answer in point slope form. For some questions, I might just ask you to write the equation in point slope form. In that case, this is where you stop. Okay? For some questions, I might ask you to write it in slope-intercept form. In that case, you have to multiply this out and simplify and solve for y to put it into slope-intercept form. For this question, let's pretend that that's the case. We have to solve for y. Let's do that. So y minus 2 multiply, which is negative 5 over 2x. Negative 3 times negative 5 is 15, positive 15 over 2. Add 2 both sides, so you have y equals to negative 5 over 2x plus 2 plus 15 over 2. But what is 2? 2 is what over 2? 2 is what divided by 2? 4. 4 divided by 2. Okay. So 4 plus 15, that's 19. And therefore, we have the final answer as the following. The answer is y equals to negative 5 over 2x plus 19 over 2. That's the final answer.